Hello, railway enthusiasts, friends, whoever is watching right now. We are playing Super Loco World. This game just came out, and amazingly on a day when there's a lot of fun, like automation games coming out as well. I think Motemancer and Dawn Apart. I don't know, it's too many games to play, but I played this demo a couple months back, and I loved it. So I'm really looking forward to playing and getting deeper in because the demo ended pretty quickly with only like kind of one tier or two tiers of factory production. So anyway, love the art style of this game and the mojo. So yeah, let's get going. I've just loaded it up. I assume it's going to be very
We
similar.
lived
Oh,
and
this is new.
thrived on this cozy archipelago. Until the waters began to rise, forcing our people to scatter across the world. Some call me Loco, but I know how to fix this. My invention can bring the sunken islands back, but first we must rebuild what's left of our home.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so it's already very different. In the demo, we did not start with an island. We had to kind of raise one out of the ocean. So I guess we'll find out what's going on. So welcome to Super Loco World. Your goal is to develop the island's economy and build a Super Loco engine that can bring back other sunken islands. Okay, so you don't. Now you actually start with a bit of an island. All right, current task in the bottom of the screen. So rotate the camera, usual thing, move, open the menu for building. All right. You can create a new region. Develop a town to level 2. Okay. Just gonna hit next. Mandatory task. Well, I did all that. To bring your island to life, create production or city regions. In the newly created region, you will need to build a railway station. All right, so we need to create a town region and then create flour production. Okay. So, okay, here we go. So that's how we create a region. Right, so we want to create like kind of a people region and also where we're going to make flour. So I guess other than clicking on these, it's hard to tell. I wonder what makes flour good there. Just kind of curious. It's just preset. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's just okay, we've got this kind of these little like settlements, I guess. Because there's kind of a pre-made road here. Okay, there you can have flour and people. I wonder if we could do something like that. I don't think that's bad territory. Let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna put, yeah, let's put our town there and our flour here. All right, so now we need to connect these by railroad. So we will build ourselves a station, and it has to be within this blue area. But what's cool is that the buildings sort of move around for us. Okay, so let's do that. I don't love, I just realized that, we've got this river nearby, so kind of getting in and out, you want to have room for several rail, but should be okay. Also, trains don't just turn around their own, so we might have to do kind of a loop around this path. Hopefully I can I just, yeah, you can build over the path, it looks like. Okay. All right, so let's put our other railway station in here for our flour. You see a mill has been created. All right, and let's connect them up. We'll go through build rails, connect stations. Yep. All right, so do that, and yeah, let's just do. You can see you got these sort of sharp 90-degree turns. Think carefully about turns and just because trains won't turn around. So yeah, so we do need to have that. So let's go ahead and do. So we're going to basically create a little loop here. See, we've got sort of some roadways here, but I don't think any road traffic. We'll find out. And then, can we find out if I destroy it? Yeah, it takes away the roads. It's just visual. It's just for fun. Okay, of course that now looks terrible. Can I? No. All right. Well, whatever. Maybe it'll clean itself up. So, yeah. Okay. So, switch the railroad junctions. This is just to show you that once you connect in somewhere, you make these junctions. Now, we can manually do it like a dispatcher, but ultimately we want to create some automation around these. Purchasing, editing, selling of trains done through the depot. Yeah. So we want to build a depot. Okay, so we want a depot kind of off. Like if this is our main line right now, you know, most depots, I guess we could say, you know, generally a lot of things are going to be coming to this town, and they're going to want to be refueling and stuff. I think I'm going to have this area kind of be our, you know, depot and fueling stations and stuff. So first we will make our depot, and like the depot really does it. I mean, it does need a kind of two-way in, but you're not going to be sort of launching trains from it that often. So let's do actually, and then I believe destroying things was like you get a full refund. Yes, you get my 16,000. Let's do the other way. Sorry. So maybe yeah, it can come out here. I want this to be a one-way. Uh, maybe yeah, coming in that way. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Okay, so basically things will come in this way and leave this way. And we don't really need a junction there. All right. So we're going to buy a train. It's saying seven wagons of flour. I guess we'll just go with the regular guy for now, although we've got a lot of money. Any reason to do the small one? Carriages, 15. This one actually has a faster speed and acceleration. We only need 7 carriages. Okay, sure. All right, so 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seems a lot actually for this short distance, but we'll do as the thing says. Start the train by clicking on it with the left mouse button. Okay, so now we've got our train. We can click on it, and you see a speed meter. And yeah, so it's going to take off there and head out to our city. And so you can keep clicking on it, make it faster, slow it down, and you can even reverse it. And it does have like inertia and stuff, so it will sort of figure itself out. There we go. Couldn't click on it for some reason there. Okay. Trains do not stop at stations by themselves, therefore each road is built with 2 traffic lights. Yeah, so the traffic light, which you can build anywhere, but it kind of comes with the traffic light. And you can see that, I assume not much has changed with this. Yeah, it's all sort of like an if-else logic condition. So this is saying, stop at this light if the capital needs more than 1 bale of flour. However, it didn't actually stop. Yeah, if goods are available, has demand for goods is what it's called. So if it has more than demand for good. Oddly, it didn't stop, but I assume there's sort of a built-in, well, if the train doesn't have anything, then it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to speed the train up. There's no real requirement there. We're going to set this so I want everything kind of coming in this way. It gives room for more trains to show up. Okay, and so yeah, and now we'll just speed up time and let it do its thing, so we can see our first delivery. You can see that we have a bunch of production here. So it just filled up with flour, and it's going to make its first delivery. And let's just make sure that one doesn't happen. So that would be going back into the depot. Oh, well, screwed up there. We'll let it roll around. So we need this one to be set like this. But we're going to set up some automation in a second. We're just going to watch our first train. All right. And there you go. So we got our first delivery. All right. Oh, yeah. So here you can see we're having a problem because there's a stop sign there. All right, so this has to keep changing, right? Um, so, um, yeah. So, just wondering. Yeah, I mean, if this is going to be our main line, I actually like the idea of kind of getting it doubled up early. So let's do that. So, um, trying to avoid some congestion here, but I think what we're going to do, we're going to have it leave the town like this, and I might put this a little closer. That's fine for now. Okay. So, and then the idea is that this will always be an entrance, so it should have like a way in from either direction, because we might be coming from over here, like this is our main line, right? It's not great that the depot is always going out into the town. It should sort of be off its own main line, but I think we'll live with that for now. Okay. Yeah, I just don't love this first setup, but oh well. You know, doing it real time. Okay, so now we just need to we're going to get some automation set up here. So basically, we use this automatic junction switcher, and you put it wherever you're starting your, should be in front of a switch, so like right here. And then in this case, we essentially always want a train exiting here to leave and go on the main line this way. So we're going to add, basically just always run in that direction when you're approaching from this way. That's nice and simple, right? We won't see this change very much, but it's worth just putting things down. We're going to have a similar one here. So just essentially always go that way. So everything's going to kind of come in and go around. And then from this direction, so for now, I mean, I'm going to set this to, well, see, this one we shouldn't see. This should be fine now, because the train coming back is going to be going this way. So here's an example of where when we're leaving from this direction, we never want to go down here. This is a one-way. So we're going to set this to always go from there. Yeah, it's gonna and I'm not going to set up anything here like this. Going into this depot is going to be a very sort of manual thing. Like, you're very rarely going to go in there. So we'll just leave everything as it is. So yeah, it should all be fine. It should never go down this way. So actually, let's also, so there's never a reason to go in that way. So we're going to set this to always take a right turn. All right. So if I just run this, I'm just going to go ahead and run this quickly. Now, the only thing is actually, you can see our fuel is at half full. We are going to need to refuel very quickly, very soon. So we're going to have our refueling station. Now, generally, I like this coming off of, like, you know, a route in, I think it probably will be here. So it's going to refuel. Unfortunately, they'll probably refuel before they go and drop off. But one way or the other, I don't think it matters too much. So we're going to set up a refuel post. Now, I really want to be able to have two eventually. So yeah, and we're gonna have a, you know, a sort of another intersection. Maybe we could actually have it come off the depot. Hmm. Hmm. Sure, we'll see how this looks. I don't love it, but okay. So what we're gonna do? So we'll have something like this. All right. So the idea here is, and really, again, you don't want things blocking. So I think I'm going to put him a little further along. Oh, and they leave behind a signal on them, so make sure to get rid of that. Okay, so refuel post. Let's go. Are the carriages one block? They're kind of not. They're like two. So assuming like an eight train carriage, although as you see, it's going to get bigger. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say 5 is good. Right, around here, that's good. All right, and then that can come back, and then we could have another refuel station here. You know, another hook off. But I'm not. I'm only going to do the one for now. And so the idea here is going to be, what we're going to do is we're going to say right here, if fuel, so we actually want a different condition, and that's not it. Let's delete this, delete everything. Okay, add an action, condition. Okay, if fuel, and let's go with less than 60. Just want to make sure didn't have too far. Yeah, okay, less than 60. So if fuel is less than 70, 60, 70, 60, then take a right into our fuel depot. Okay, and then if the above conditions are not met, we want to go straight. That one. It doesn't really matter which straight because it's sort of not going to apply, but that's fine. Okay, and that's it. And so if it doesn't have a fuel problem, it's just going to keep going and do its thing. Otherwise, it's going to go down here. We're going to set this to always be refuel because it only came down here because it needed to refuel. And then it goes on by the depot. And let's just say it wants to go to town. So I'm actually going to, I think I don't want this stop sign here. I'm not sure that's going to cause an issue with the depot. We'll find out. But, oh yeah, so the annoying thing about that is, the idea is if you are sending someone to the depot, you want them to stop there so you can change their color or do something else with them. Let's just have a little breakout over here instead. All right, and then automatically we're only going to send people manually to the depot. So it's going to head on down here, go around, and then follow the usual town route. Okay, I think that's the way to go. All right, so now let's go ahead and speed up time. So he actually didn't pick up anything. Oh no, he's going to pick up stuff. And now, because he's under 70%, he'll come down here, and he should take a right into the fuel depot. There we go. And the fuel depot had a traffic light that automatically said, fill him up. I think we could... Oh, you can't click on the thing while he's there. But, there we go. So it's at 50. I'm going to set that to 60 as well, just in case, you know, he turns down when he's at 60 and then he still doesn't have enough to refuel. So it's going to go around here, head on over here, and drop off. And we've got what we need. All right. See what goods are produced or consumed. So you see at this station right now, so what's happening here is this is the current supply in town. And every time this cycle happens, it's going to consume 2 of these. And this is our progress on the town. So soon, you know, we just got to go through a few of these cycles. And this is how we could tell, are we delivering quickly enough? So what we really want to see here, deliver more goods on all the town. Okay, so what we want to see here is he'll go all the way around. I want him to come back before this is done consuming, because otherwise we've kind of got capacity for more. Now he should go straight here because his fuel is fine, see? And we can see the town's still doing its thing, so he'll drop off, and there we go. And that's great, that's what we want. The town's now full. And you know, we might actually be a little overutilized because this is not even filling up. It's not even producing quickly enough. But you know, that's fine. Fuel does cost something, but it's just the nature of the fact we have a nice small, you know, route from the farm to the town essentially. Oh, well, he did have to refuel, so you can see, you know, all it takes is kind of what was that? just 2 go-arounds, and he has to refuel. Let's see how much that costs. Yeah, I mean, it costs 1740. Not amazing, because I don't know how much we're going to make from these 4 flowers, you know, but yeah. And I did ask the dev, I don't know if they've changed it, but the speed of the train does not impact fuel efficiency. It's really just if you want certain trains going slower or whatnot. So, yeah, so we only made 1,000 off that cargo. He's going to do another circuit. So by the time he refuels each other, I don't even know if we're netting positive on this, but yeah. But we have to do it. Okay, so now we've got enough to upgrade the town. All right. So, completed your first goal. Check out the new task. Super Loco was a game about creativity, find your own solutions, etc., etc. Click on the railway station to see the new goods, buy another train, add 7 platforms for planks, repaint the train. So painting the train, I mean, other than cosmetic, part of the conditions you can set up are train color based. So you could do colors for certain cargo. Unfortunately, the colors are not very. I don't want to. Well, I guess we're going to need it at some point. But anyway, the colors are not. There's not a lot of them. So I don't know how you have to be pretty judicious with it. So you can see here, he actually has a couple of grain in the carriage he couldn't even drop off because they're still full. So the needs for the flour didn't increase, but now we have a need for plank. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead then and let's find out where we can put some planks. Okay, everywhere. So maybe we come in from this direction. You know, and he can kind of enter here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, same old deal. We'll grab a station. And then so we could do double. It depends how many planks we're going to need. For now, we'll just say we don't. Do we want to be able to come in over here? I think so. Just go right through this house. They'll rebuild. I mean, I guess, again, you'll get this issue if we do this, because he has to have an exit. So yeah, you know, he's going to be exiting the town here and up here, and now we've got a bit of a problem getting back. We need a kind of, yeah, we need a route back. So yeah, I think and then of course it's going to be expensive, it's going to be a double bridge. Yeah, not amazing. Don't love that, but okay. Something like that. Now that will only allow us really 1 train, but I'm okay with it. And now we do also have to be careful. So how is our grain train going to know he needs to go get over here, whereas our wood train? So this is where you need more logic. So we're going to put one here. It's nice that you can fit a lot of this stuff in. So basically when he's coming up here, what is this junction going to do? And what we're going to do is we'll look at kind of what the train is dealing with. So really it's like has goods or wagon type. It's going to be a wagon type, right? It's coming out of here empty. So if he has a grain wagon, which I don't remember what that actually looks like. I mean, obviously it's going to be, I guess it's this one. It's got that on it. So if he has that, now you could say even if they're not, you know, they need to all be empty, there needs to be at least some empty amount, but I'm just going to assume that it needs to keep going and getting more flour. So if it's a grain train, then we want you to take a left. For now, we'll just say otherwise take a right. And I can already see I'm jamming up my system here because, you know, we're going to have a lot of trains coming to the station, right? And we're going to need more logic right here. This is like going to be a bottleneck of logic. So we're probably going to need to really think that through a bit. But yeah. But I like kind of just winging it, especially it's a cozy enough looking game. And you can really, you can rearrange everything. It's really forgiving on the cost issue. So, okay, so I think that should work fine. And then let's deal with this. So coming from this direction, you're always going to go up here. So that's what. So we're going to do that same situation here, right? So from this direction, always go left, and that's it. And meanwhile, from this direction, you're always going to go in right, and that's it. And the game's really good about like not letting trains collide, so they'll stop and figure out who gets the priority. And then same deal is coming from this direction, we're always going to be going back this way. So we're always going to take that left turn, and then otherwise, conditions not met. Go. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. It probably won't happen, but yeah. No, there is no condition not met. It's just always go that way. Okay. So that should be always. Where is always? Add action. I guess if you don't add a condition, it's just automatically always. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So let's see how that all works. We've got to build a new train. Let's let this guy go. All right. And then let's build a new train. And we're gonna. This time it's gonna be for platform train. 5, 6, 7. All right. And then you see here, there's only 4 train colors, so that is what it is. But now, what's great is you don't program the routes. That's the key thing about this I like. Now, we will set this guy to go that way. Okay, so then I'm just gonna let him go. So what's great is that you know, oh, well, something didn't work. He went the wrong way. Ugh, okay, well, so we're gonna have to manually get him home. Or reverse him. I think we're gonna reverse him. And then stop you temporarily. Alright. Why did he take... So this again. So if wagon... Oh, it's just... yeah, it was just set to the wrong thing. It clicked off of it. I wish there was like a confirm button or something. But then... So if that, otherwise go the other way. Okay, that should do it. But yeah, so let's speed that up. Go on back. Thank God they can reverse. Okay, and then set you to forward. And now this time it should sort itself out. There we go. And then meanwhile you can go. And hopefully you'll actually take a straight away. There we go. And then you're going to go pick up planks, although we do not have a loop for you. So we'll throw that in. And this is the same deal. So in this direction, we always want you going straight. We're sort of going the other. Actually, no, we'll go the other way. We'll do a right around. Yep. And then from the other direction, we always want you going straight. Yeah. What happened to my man? No, he's just quite slow. What did he loop around? So did I had this wrong. This one's always going to go left from here. And he's always going to go straight on the exit. I guess I might have got distracted and didn't finish this one. There we go. Alright, let's try this. So he should take a right. He's going to go in. And he's going to actually flip around this way. I want them kind of exiting, you know, on a straightaway, obviously, the longest straightaway. And so there's room for more things to come in. So he's picking up his planks. Now that will recorrect. And then from this direction, he's always going to go straight. And then he should take a right here. There we go. And so he'll drop off, and then he'll come on back around. And meanwhile, the other guy's just doing the same thing correctly. Now, what have I forgotten? There's no refueling station for him. He has no refueling on his way. So I'm either building a second refuel on the way out this side, which I think I am going to do, rather than complicate things with this. So let's just build a miniature, like an offshoot here for another station. How expensive are they? Only 2,000. It's not the worst. Think of it like an oil station or whatever. And yeah, let's do it. It'll be We'll do a thing where he comes in, I think. So, yeah, you're leaving this way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 10 carriages right now. Alright. So we'll do that same setup here where if you're gonna need to refuel, so fuel amount less than 60, then take a left. Otherwise take a straight. Okay. And then we'll set you to 60 as well. The actual fuel station. And then this will always be taking a left. This is a one-way for now. We can change it later, but for now, that's what it is. Okay. All right. So, yeah, so he should... So, yeah, he had less than 60, so he's going to go refuel. Yeah, I mean, I think those fuel costs is going to be... And then he heads out. And I mean, hopefully he doesn't have to refuel every trip, but... So, something you could do to save fuel would be... We could do a thing here, for instance, where he doesn't leave unless, you know, he's got a full load over here. I don't know if that's going to slow up development of the town. Like right now, we're definitely, even though we're not sort of taking a full 7 load, I don't think we're ever getting to a situation where well, yeah, I guess the issue, what we don't want to ever do is get to the town and not unload everything. And that might have been happening. We'll find out. Repaint a train at the depot. So I forgot to do that. I'm just going to skip that task. I don't know. I bet there's an achievement, but I'm going to repaint a train eventually. If you need to change composition of existing train, you do it by navigating to the depot. Yeah. The multicolored flags next to tracks indicate the direction and color of the trains passing by. So you see here's some automated flags. I think it's just to kind of let you know, yeah, you've kind of created a one-way street here, and mostly red trains are going by. So that's interesting. Hadn't seen that before. So yeah, he didn't refuel this time, but they're pretty much doing a, you know, refuel every other circuit. So, you know, and like that delivery is, so, you know, I guess it is netting positive. It looks like, let's assume it's making about 3,000 on each double, so 3,000 for 2 circuits, and then it refuels for about 2 grand. So, you know, it's netting about $1,000. I don't know if this one makes more money. But yeah, see, it's not filling up very quickly is the real problem. So that's where, yeah, there's not really a lot of money coming in, and he's going to burn more fuel again. But we'll let this keep going, because basically we just need the town to grow up. Yeah, so anyway, 1,000 for that. He's probably going to refuel for like 1,700. Warehouse would be interesting, I suppose. Yeah, I'm trying to think if... I mean, see, I want him to keep running because, yeah, the town just ran out right there. So I want to make sure, even though these... Is there a way to level these up? Upgrade. Upgrade that you need to have tools. So yeah, we're going to have to... You know, I think it's just the nature of it. Hopefully we won't run out of money. At least he filled up with 6 there. I mean, maybe, you know, it told us to build 7 wagons. I don't know if that uses more fuel. You'd think it does. I don't feel like I mean, they're not any... These trains couldn't be driving any less distance. Oh, that... Why did he do that? Like, that should be set like that. Yeah, I guess it's like whenever someone exits. Let's just... yeah, nobody should be going that way. So let's make sure we have a one-way in there. So that should always be going that way when you approach from here. Alright. But we have our upgrade. Excellent. Alright, so we're capital level 3. Now, the good news is our grain has now upgraded. A grain demand. Plank demand's pretty low. We have something here like production of, I assume, iron. Um, Iron plus planks, we can make ourselves some tools, which tools is what it was talking about. Although, oh, it looks like we can upgrade whether we have tools or not. So I am thinking I want to do that. I feel like, because this is not, it's quite expensive. I'm going to do it now. Alright. Oh, so, okay. You still need the tools to get the production higher. I think it didn't actually improve production. Okay. So, let's find out. But yeah, we can make this copper now. Oh, copper iron. It's got to be iron. Alright, so do we just do another one nearby? I think we do. I don't really want distance, given how we've seen how much fuel this stuff consumes. Oh, he was never able to finish. There's a little bug here. You can see it. See how the cars are remaining red for no apparent reason. Shame he wasn't able to fix that before release. But yeah. Oh, and so when they fill up, they're fine, but then when they're empty, they become that glowing red. And you can change the save game, but that's about it. Okay, so now, does the town want iron? It doesn't. Oh, maybe. Oh no, the town produces the tools. Oh, okay, so yeah, the town wants the iron. And then, do we have to take the tools over? Ooh, yeah, it is gonna get more congested for sure. Okay, so let's build. Yeah, see, I hate seeing that. This is gonna be interesting. I don't know if you get a loan in this game. I don't remember quite having. Oh, you can change the speed of trains. That is really interesting. Okay. Yeah, I do not recall there being, me running into too much issue last time with that. Yeah, so on the other side, the river's not great because the bridge is definitely expensive. But let's do. Just want to obviously make sure we have room for a loop. I'd rather not have two bridges though. So I think what we want to do. Yeah, let's do something like this. And then, so trains are going to come in. Let's do like that, and they'll come around. And then this is going to head in. And so, yeah, let's cut right through. And so you're going to come, you're going to pick up the iron, and you're going to head this way. And then what I want you to do is actually, he'll be taking it over here and dumping it. So it's definitely going to be an interesting set of logic. Yeah. Okay. So we're definitely buying a train again. We'll stick with the 7. So iron is this guy. So yeah, this is where we have to. So it is going to be about kind of the good type. I mean, the argument is that instead of being an iron only, like we could sort of alternate this between them. Oh shoot, need to fix that. It's quick, smart. All right. Created a new intersection, so it created some sort of silliness. So okay, we'll do that. But you know, this is going to be a condition because sometimes we want our iron train, because our iron train's going to leave here. Yeah, it's going to be empty of tools. Oh, and then okay, let's. All right, I just want to be able to look, honestly. So it's 400 to demolish. I want to find out if I do get the full money back. Okay, so yeah, it's a different wagon type. That's annoying. So the thing that's delivering the iron, we still need a different train for the tools. So it does feel like maybe this guy wants to go do, instead of doing, maybe do iron and flour. Even though our town now has way higher flour demand. So yeah, do we need 2 trains? I guess we need 2 trains. Okay, so we will, and this can take a lot of iron, so we'll definitely need a full train. Okay. So how much did that cost? It is 400, so we don't lose. Okay. Alright, so are we going to do it by color? I don't know. Start with color. I worry there's not anywhere near enough colors, but we're gonna say as a yellow train, this is where our logic's gonna happen. So when a yellow train comes this way, and again, it might make more sense to be, I mean, so he's gonna have a wagon that could carry flour or iron. So yeah, how does he know if he's going in for the flour or the iron? It's not really a good setup for that. So I'm gonna say yellow train. Yeah, for now. And I mean, maybe the argument's meant to be that, hey, it doesn't matter. So if the train can carry, maybe you care more about what's the current demand, right? Because you could do a condition like that and say, if there's more demand for flour, then go pick up flour otherwise. But let's have a dedicated train for now. So a yellow train is going to take a right. Let's do the whole thing. So when you're approaching from this direction, you're always going to take a right. So that's fine. And then when you're approaching from this direction, you're always going to go straight. Okay. And he'll pick up his iron. He's going to come back this way. And he needs to head to the town. So from this direction, since you're coming back from iron, you're always going to want to head to town. So this is always going to want to go straight. And now it's sort of here, and this definitely has a lot of, sort of, you know, this four-way, so we're going to have to set another one up here. If you're coming this way, this is a one-way, so it must always head left. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, so then the question is, then we're going to have a little tool train that I think I'm just going to run a smaller train that will run tools over to this farm. I think that's the only way to do it. But for now, let's get this going. And of course, yeah, have to be careful of this. Okay. So whenever you exit here, come on back. Come on back. We keep messing this thing up now. The problem with this is I can't have a stop sign and a condition. So the only answer is maybe put the rail. I might put the depot one back, have a stop sign, and then have a condition just so we don't keep accidentally doing this. And see now, so we've got a stop sign for the depot, but then we get rid of that, and now we'll put that junction. So we're never going to have a situation again where it kind of leaves and goes the wrong way. All right. How's our guy doing? So here's our tools guy, or our iron. So I just want to make sure he can do his full delivery. And then, yeah, is he also never gonna... No, he is gonna come by here, so he will refuel if he needs to. Good. Always want to make sure they go by refuel. Excellent. Oh, so yeah, so they have a little conflict, and I don't know how they decide who's more important, but they don't hit each other. It's the only thing that matters. So there we go. That's good, and that's actually going to hopefully be a decent amount of money, because I think we should never fill up with copper here. Oh, interesting. It's going to need the planks. Okay, so yeah, so that's what it's using. It's actually consuming the planks. So we've got more consumption for planks now as well, which is good. Okay. So yeah, now we've got these tools that are going to build up. So how much tool demand is there? It's actually quite a lot. So I mean, it's arguable that 7. See now, here we have 2, and we've got a hold up, and that's going to hold this up. So we could even afford a second refueling post, and especially since I'm about to add yet another train. And then really, I'm going to want a second sort of platform here too, which you can do at some point. But yeah, okay, for right now, the network is working though. We have a decent amount of tools. Yeah, I'm just thinking, yeah, do I need 7 though? That's what's bugging me. It's hard to know the sort of, and it doesn't hold a lot. I'm just gonna do 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't care about the color. Oh, you can name them, so there is that. So even if you run out of colors, unique names can be done. Okay, So a utility, what do we need to know? A utility train, basically just going from, it's kind of using the same logic as this one. So I think it's that over here, I think it's fine right now. Here's going to be an issue. Because right now, well, right now it's if you have one of those wagons, which is not the only issue. So I guess we could, let's keep it simple to what we know. If you have a utility wagon, then also head over to the flour mill. But I just realized that the wood, no, wood doesn't use tools for whatever reason. You'd think actually planks would use tools, but okay, so let's see, that should work. So we're going to start you up. And I wonder if he goes faster with less carriages. Curious, really. Seems quite slow, but I think that's more based on the... See, and they kind of have some sort of... Because he stopped for a second there. We are definitely going to get some congestion. Yeah, see, we have 4 trains coming into one station. So he's picking up the tools. The most important thing is that we don't have a situation where things are actually log jammed, completely blocked. See, here right now it looks like we have about enough distance. But yeah, none of this is ideal. Way too much waiting. Are we allowed to build a second station? Yeah, we are. It looks like. Because I remember, I thought there was something that restricted it. But yeah, see what I can do. Oh, maximum station. So yeah, eventually this upgrades. I think the next upgrade, which apparently we've reached. So I might actually guess there's a reason not to upgrade. There's the cost, but yeah. Alright, so now you can build an additional train station. Sorry, we're going to have to kill this beautiful fountain that just showed up. To put in another platform. Hope you can find another spot for it. We're a bit congested, this town. Too much water around it. Maybe I should have thought better about that. But yeah, okay. So that's cool. And yeah, our food has gone so high up now. But yeah, hopefully those tools, you know, got delivered in here. That's making the flour production higher. So he'll never run without a full train at least. Yeah, whether these utilities need to run more than 4, I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely, let's build another station. I think that is 100% justified. Oh good, a fountain showed up there. So then, as you can see what we can do here, I just want to do that. The other issue is, do they fit? They probably don't. Okay, but so what we're doing here now is, it's essentially one of those, like, if there's a train here, then go here, something like that, right? So, condition is, if there's another train, not set, there we go. So, if there is another train, and I really want it to be all the way up to there, if there's another train, then go left. Don't want another condition. Each. Oh dear. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Add action. If the condition above's not met, then go straight. Okay, so if there's a train here, go left. If not, so he should go straight now. Yeah. But then the next guy who comes along here, now, all I want to make sure is that this actually fits, which I'm worried it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out if that's okay. I just don't want that. If someone's in here, I don't want them blocked, right? Because that's the whole point. Okay. Alright, this doesn't look good. Yeah, he's just waiting to get... Yeah, so I want to build another fuel station too. Yeah, so essentially, if fuel under 60 comes in here, if there's another train right here, then go straight, and then it hits this one, and its fuel will still be under 60, and it goes in here. Otherwise, it will go in here, it'll come out and it will be full, so it won't ever go down here. That's the thought. All right, let's turn it on and see what actually happens. I guess we're not going to be. It's hard to test it until, you know, two trains want to fuel at the same time. Guess we'll find out if we ever jam everything up. Yeah, our money is not looking good, but not too sure what we could do about that. So if he took some more tools. Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna run out by the time. Yeah. So even 4 is quite high. There's no little finance chart to sort of show, like, are you net positive? Oh, yeah, see, he didn't even drop off the tools. Those tools do not get consumed very quickly at all. Ugh, I don't like that. So this is where I start to feel like I want a holding station. I think I'm going to do that. I want to try it anyway. Might want room for more refueling posts, but let's go. So we'll go down a little more. Okay, you're just going to be, whoops, you're going to be a yard, because that's going to be very hard to keep track of. But like, for instance, okay, so if your name is Zippy Puff, and the flower station, so it's like basically, and station, so station name is the flower production, has demand for tools, and let's say demands has space for 3 tools. Well, let's say 2. So then, like, you get to keep going. So you're going to actually be turning left. Otherwise, you're going to go straight. That's the idea. And then the thing is, we kind of need to copy, and there is a copy thing, but I had trouble with it, like, because then essentially what I want here is, like, this is always going to be like take a turn in, no matter what. If you made it down here, you're turning, and then same deal on the way out. You're just coming back, so you're always going straight, and then I think also if you're coming out, you're coming out. So this will always be take a right. Okay. So the only thing is we want them basically taking a break. So I'm going to put the traffic light is we need to set up a condition that's basically the same as our condition here. So if it's the Zippy Puff train, Zippy Puff, and if the station, the flower station, has a demand for 2 goods, we want it to go, so just go. So here, instead of what we say is, we'd say no action at all. So just go if we've met that condition. Oh, actually has demand for tools, say 2. Let's say, yeah, I mean it should match, so we'll do the 2 for now. Okay, and then otherwise hold. All other conditions hold. We don't want that. We want add an action, hold. Yeah, so if the above condition is not met, stay where you are. I don't need this one. Okay. All right, so let's see let's see how that goes. So we've got our utility train coming in. So now he's heading down here because that condition did here, and then the same thing should happen here, and he should stop. Yep. Okay. So he's just going to hang out there, and he's just doing a continual check basically we want to see the demand for tools here, which is only actually going to happen once the this flour. So let's see actually once this flour gets unloaded. So that took away the tools, and he took off. So that's perfect. Now, he has got a bunch of tools already, but that's fine. So this is probably way overloaded with tools. Yeah, I'm way overloaded. And we've got the same issue here. He really wants to hang out and not. So yeah, I might set like our iron guy. Maybe we have like little turn-offs at all the stations and just say don't leave unless there's a demand for your iron. I think that's probably a way to keep the congestion low. But I think this is a good stopping point. So, yeah, yeah, this is every bit as fun as I remember the demo. Love the look of it. So we'll leave it there, and then next time we'll get to building our cloth and clothing. It looks like. So I will see you next time.